The human body is a marvel of complexity, capable of extraordinary things. But sometimes it can surprise us in ways that leave us speechless. There are cases so bizarre and inexplicable they could be straight out of a sci-fi movie. From bullets lodged in unexpected places to fish mysteriously impregnating a woman, the body has played host to some truly bizarre and unsettling surprises. These real-life stories will leave you questioning the limits of what is possible, and they'll make you grateful for the body's ability to withstand the most extraordinary situations. So buckle up as we explore 15 of the strangest, most bizarre things ever found inside people's bodies. Some harmless, some terrifying, but all completely unbelievable. Let's start with number 15, larva in the eye. In 2015, a 16-year-old boy from Peru sought medical attention for a painful issue with his eye. Initially, doctors thought it was just a simple infection, prescribing medication to treat what they believed was cellulitis. But despite the treatment, his condition only worsened. It wasn't until a more thorough examination that the shocking truth was revealed. A live larva had taken residence in his eye. Yes, a wriggling worm had burrowed deep into the boy's eyeball. The doctors were stunned, but quickly sprang into action. To extract the creature, they used an unexpected tool: basil. The strong aroma attracted the larva, allowing the doctors to gently pull it out with tweezers. The cause of this bizarre incident remains unclear, but experts suspect it may have been transmitted by a mosquito or contaminated food. Either way, this strange case serves as a reminder of how unpredictable nature can be. Number 14. Branch in the lung. Artem Sidorkin, a man from Russia, went to the hospital with chest pains and was coughing up blood. Initial X-rays revealed what doctors thought was a tumor in his lung, but upon closer inspection, they found something utterly bizarre: green needles embedded in his lung tissue. As it turned out, a small fir tree had actually started growing inside his lungs. The seed had been inhaled, lodging itself in his respiratory system and slowly growing roots and branches. After further investigation, doctors realized that the fir tree had medicinal properties often used in treating respiratory issues, the very condition that had led Sidorkin to the hospital. After a successful surgery to remove the tree, he made a full recovery. This incredible case shows just how strange and unpredictable the body can be when it comes to foreign objects. Number 13. Magnets in the intestines. A bizarre story from a 12-year-old boy with autism reveals just how wild a child's imagination can get. The boy, fascinated by the idea of gaining superpowers, decided to swallow 54 magnets. He believed the magnets might give him special abilities, but instead, they wreaked havoc on his body. The magnets began sticking together inside his digestive system, causing immense pain. When his parents rushed him to the hospital, the doctors were left in disbelief after discovering all 54 magnets inside him. Fortunately, after some intense procedures, the magnets were removed without lasting damage. Though his superpower plan didn't work out, the boy made a full recovery. It's hard to imagine what was going through his mind when he decided to swallow all those magnets, but it's a reminder that curiosity can sometimes lead to dangerous and bizarre situations. Number 12. Spider in the ear canal. Have you ever had an itch in your ear that just wouldn't go away? Now imagine that itch turning into something far more horrifying. In 2019, a man in China went to the hospital after experiencing severe ear pain. What the doctor discovered inside his ear was straight out of a nightmare. A spider had made itself at home in his ear canal, spinning its web. But the surprise didn't end there. The spider had actually crafted an entire intricate web inside the man's ear. To get a closer look, the doctor used an endoscope and captured images of the spider at work. Removing the spider wasn't easy, but after some careful extraction, the creature was finally removed, and the ear was thoroughly cleaned. The man must have felt an incredible sense of relief once the spider was gone. While this might sound like something from a horror movie, it serves as a stark reminder of how vital it is to seek medical attention if you ever feel something strange going on in your body. Number 11. Fetus growing inside a man. The human body holds many mysteries, but this one takes the cake. Meet Sanju, a man from India who carried his twin brother inside his body for 36 years. Known as a rare condition called fetus in fetu, this phenomenon occurs when one twin begins to develop inside the other but never fully separates. Instead of being absorbed into the body, the undeveloped twin grows in a twisted and eerie way. For Sanju, this meant a mass growing inside him, weighing nearly 4 pounds and occupying much of his stomach space. Doctors were baffled when they discovered the cause of his discomfort. Upon performing surgery, they found the malformed body of his twin, complete with bones, hair, and even fingernails, growing within him. Shockingly, the twin was even connected to Sanju's bloodstream via an umbilical cord. The discovery was both chilling and fascinating, but after a successful surgery, Sanju made a full recovery, leaving us all to wonder about the strange mysteries of fetal development. Number 10. Bullet in the ear. Mike from Florida will never forget the day he learned that the headache he had been battling for years wasn't just from stress. It was from a bullet lodged behind his ear. The pain had plagued him for so long that he had just assumed it was a regular health issue. But when he finally sought medical help in 2007, doctors made an unbelievable discovery. A bullet had been stuck in his head for years without him even knowing. How did it get there? The story began with Mike's wife, who had kept a loaded gun under her pillow for safety. One night, in a panic after hearing an alarm, she accidentally discharged the weapon. The bullet found its way to Mike's ear, but he didn't feel a thing. Over the years, the bullet stayed lodged behind his ear, hidden from view and causing only minor headaches. It wasn't until Mike visited a doctor that the truth was revealed. Despite the incredible circumstances, Mike walked away from this bizarre ordeal a little wiser and with a strange story that no one would believe unless they saw it themselves. Number 9. Pregnant with a fish. In a remote province in the Philippines, Kimberly Robles became the center of an unsettling and bizarre medical mystery. For 7 months, her belly grew, leading the locals to believe she was pregnant. But there was one problem. Kimberly had never been with a man, so how could she be pregnant? According to a strange superstition, women who swim during their menstruation could somehow become pregnant with a fish. The village's belief was rooted in an ancient myth, and when Kimberly underwent an ultrasound, the images revealed something truly bizarre, what appeared to be a fish inside her womb. How the fish ended up there remains a mystery, but many speculate that it swam through her reproductive system while she was swimming during her period. This case shocked the world, as it became one of the rarest and most unbelievable medical phenomena to date. What do you think? Isn't it fascinating and mind-boggling? Okay, now let's move to Number 8. Dandelion in the ear. It all began with a simple dandelion seed falling into a toddler's ear. At first, her parents didn't think much of it, assuming the tiny seed would eventually work its way out. However, 4 months later, their daughter started scratching and crying in discomfort. A visit to the doctor revealed an astonishing sight. The dandelion seed had taken root inside her ear, growing into a fully formed flower. This shocking turn of events completely blocked her ear canal, causing immense pain. Imagine the disbelief of the parents as they discover a flower growing inside their child's ear. The flower had somehow flourished, despite the unlikely environment, and the child had endured the discomfort for months. Medical specialists carefully performed a delicate procedure to remove the fully grown flower, and the child was finally relieved. The incident, although rare, serves as a cautionary tale about the potential dangers of allowing foreign objects into one's ears. Number 7. Hairball. An 18-year-old girl in Kyrgyzstan found herself in a medical nightmare when she was hospitalized for severe dehydration and malnourishment. She hadn't been able to eat or drink anything for days, and her condition only worsened. When doctors ran tests to figure out what was wrong, they made a shocking discovery. The cause of her illness wasn't some rare disease. It was a huge hairball, weighing 9 pounds, lodged in her stomach. Over time, the girl had grown a compulsive habit of eating hair and even pieces of carpet. As a result, the hair had stashed in her stomach, forming a giant ball that blocked her digestive system. The condition had left her unable to consume food, causing her to become severely malnourished. Luckily, doctors were able to surgically remove the hairball, and the girl made a full recovery. This bizarre case serves as a reminder of how unusual habits can have dangerous and life-threatening consequences. Number 6. 30-year-old fetus in. Have you ever imagined carrying something inside you for years without even realizing it? In March 2011, a Haitian woman named Luciana Issa sought medical help for severe abdominal pain. After several doctors and healers failed to find the cause, medical tests revealed a shocking truth. Luciana had been carrying a fetus inside her for 30 years. Yes, you read that correctly. 3 decades. The fetus had become petrified and weighed almost 2 kilograms. The rare condition, known as an ectopic pregnancy, occurs when a fetus grows outside the uterus, in this case, inside the body cavity. Luciana had lived with this hidden pregnancy, unaware of the small, frozen life growing inside her. After a delicate C-section, doctors removed the petrified fetus, giving Luciana a newfound sense of freedom. Her case left the world in disbelief, raising questions about the mysteries of the human body and how something so incredible can happen without causing immediate harm. Number 5. Pea plant growing inside a man. Imagine going to the doctor, expecting a diagnosis of something serious, only to learn that a pea plant is growing inside your lungs. That's exactly what happened to one man who was rushed to the hospital with symptoms that led doctors to suspect something far more sinister. But when the scans were done, the shocking truth came to light. A pea seed had somehow made its way into his lungs and started to grow. How could this happen? Well, sometimes, when we inhale foreign objects, they can get stuck in the respiratory system and begin to sprout under the right conditions. This case wasn't isolated. Doctors have discovered plants like dandelions and guavas growing in unexpected places within the human body. As bizarre as it sounds, the doctors successfully removed the pea plant, and the man made a full recovery. In a strange twist, his hospital dinner that night? A plate of peas. Nature truly works in mysterious ways. Number 4. Mud shrimp birth. In Maine, USA, a 22-year-old woman, Susan Deluge, woke up one morning with a sharp stomachache. What began as a typical stomach cramp quickly spiraled into something horrifying. As she rushed to the bathroom, she felt a sudden, intense pain, followed by an overwhelming shock. Inside the toilet was a mass of hundreds of tiny, wriggling creatures. To her horror, they were mud shrimp hatchlings. How did this happen? The night before, Susan had eaten shrimp, and somehow, shrimp eggs had fertilized inside her body. The warm environment of her digestive system allowed them to hatch into live creatures. Doctors quickly arrived, removed the shrimp from her body, and released them into the wild. While bizarre, this real-life incident remains one of the most unusual and puzzling medical mysteries, with Susan's experience still sparking conversations to this day. All right, now let's move to the next discovery. Number 3. Guava sprout in a tooth. When a man went to the dentist to treat a toothache, he never expected the shocking discovery that followed. An X-ray revealed something unbelievable. A guava sprout was growing inside his tooth. The sprout wasn't just any ordinary plant. It was a full-grown guava sprout, sprouting inside his cavity. How did this happen? The man had a habit of chewing on guava seeds, and one had somehow gotten lodged in his tooth. Over time, the seed began to sprout, turning his cavity into an unintended planter. The man didn't even realize what was happening until the toothache became unbearable. Incredibly, he didn't feel any pain from the growing plant, only the discomfort of the cavity. After a quick dental procedure, the guava seed was removed, leaving the man to wonder what might have happened if he had ignored the pain. So, if you have a habit of chewing on seeds, make sure to properly clean your teeth and check for any potential sprouts hidden inside. Number 2. Superworm in the body. In December 2019, Krisada Arapshung, a 44-year-old man from Thailand, experienced something unimaginable. After running to the bathroom during his daily routine, he felt an unusual sensation. Upon inspection, he discovered something hanging from his body that was both horrifying and surreal: a massive superworm. What exactly is a superworm? It's a parasite that can grow inside the human body, feeding on whatever its host consumes. This particular worm had grown to several meters in length, far beyond what anyone would expect. Krisada, realizing the gravity of the situation, rushed to the hospital. Doctors acted quickly and were able to remove the parasitic worm without complications. While it's unclear exactly how the worm entered his body, it's suspected that contaminated food or water during his travels could have been the cause. Just imagine the shock and disgust Krisada must have felt when he found this creature living inside of him. Number 1. A small pig. In an astonishing medical mystery, a young girl went for a routine X-ray, only to find something unexpected inside her body. The X-ray revealed a living creature, nestled inside her arm. To everyone's shock, it wasn't a tumor, but a small living pig. Medical staff were totally stunned. How could a pig end up inside a human body? The most plausible explanation is that the pig somehow entered her body through a tiny cut or wound and somehow survived there for an undetermined amount of time. The fact that the pig had lived inside the girl's arm without her knowing is nothing short of miraculous. Once the creature was safely removed, doctors were amazed at how well it had managed to survive. The girl, fortunately, was unharmed, but the case became a viral sensation. The idea of a living creature existing inside a human body had never been seen before, and it sparked curiosity around the world, leaving people wondering about the strange and mysterious possibilities of the human body. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to like, share, and subscribe. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you in the next one.